Welcome guys. If you're an Asian guy in your 30s or even 40s or even 50s and you feel like you're doing everything right, you're lifting, you're eating clean, you're staying disciplined, but you still got that soft, flat, skinny, fat physique, well, this video is exactly why. I'm gonna explain exactly what happened. I was there and I looked kind of decent in my clothes, but shirt off, man, I didn't even want to see myself in the mirror. I remember one time I was going to the beach, I took off my shirt and I was playing soccer, and my friend was literally like, dude, aren't you like a soccer player? Like, shouldn't you have like abs? And so now that really stung me. So I definitely know how that feels. And every single time I try even new programs like bodybuilding stuff, bodybuilding routines, it didn't work for me. And it left me way more tired and way more frustrated. I just didn't know how I can get to the next level. And honestly, at the time, I just thought it was hugely genetics. Or maybe this is just like what getting older actually feels like. But to be honest, guys, I was 100% wrong. And so are you. If you believe that this is your ceiling. Because this is the honest truth, guys. Most Asian men, they're following the wrong system for our body type, our hormones, our lifestyle, and it's really keeping us unseen and invisible. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly why most Asian men, they stay skinny fat. They don't feel proud in their skin, even though they train super hard. And what are the 3 biggest mistakes that you're probably making? I for sure was making this, and you don't even realize this. Then we're gonna talk about the exact strategy that will help you go from soft to shredded without sacrificing your life, your family, your career, any of that stuff. You don't have to live in Tupperware containers, and you don't have to go to the gym for more than like 2 hours a day. Like if you're doing that wrong, if you're doing that right now, it's so not efficient, right? If you're doing more than like 30 minutes of cardio per day, that is super inefficient, okay? Then we're gonna talk about how one of my clients, he's a former Marine, went from really stuck and burnt out to really being the leanest, most confident, most commanding version of himself. As soon as he walks into the room, he does not need to say anything. He's just that guy. And his daughters literally look up to him like the man he knows he could be. So if you wanna fix this for good, just stay with me because what I'm about to show you is really gonna change everything. So this is probably the most important part for you to understand. It is really not your fault. The first thing you need to understand is that you're not broken, guys. You've just been following a system that was not designed for you. Now, most fitness programs are really made for Western body types. Bigger frames, naturally higher testosterone, even better insulin response. But Asian men, typically we become a little bit more insulin sensitive, or we're more prone to storing fat viscerally around the gut, in our chest. And when you combine that with very long work hours, family pressures, and years of not sleeping well, you end up with this skinny fat look. Flat chest, soft belly, no muscle definition, and when you're not technically actually overweight, but the thing is this, you just don't feel good. And that's why you feel like your body is fighting you. It's because it is. And once you understand what's actually happening, you can fix all that super fast. Once you understand that, you can really just focus on the thing that's gonna drive the needle forward. So let's break this down. There are 3 of the most common traps that Asian guys just fall into. Number 1 is you're training for weight loss, not composition. I see a ton of guys that lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. But dude, they look sick. They literally don't look good, right? They just do so much cardio, you sweat, the scale moves, but your body literally looks sick, or maybe even the same. The reason why is because you lost muscle mass. That's why you look smaller and not leaner and not better. Think of it like this. Every single time someone needs to lose weight, there's gonna be a point in time where your body's gonna hold on to the fat. Even if you're in a huge calorie deficit. Like imagine this, you are in a calorie deficit. In order for you to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. But let's just say you try one of the extreme ones. You cut out carbs, you have no sugar, you maybe just like don't eat. Yeah, you don't eat, let's do that one, okay? So imagine this. You basically starve yourself. You don't eat for 30 days. What's gonna happen? You're gonna lose weight, but after probably maybe even like the first 10, 15 days, your body's gonna constrict to fat. Your fat is how you actually build energy. It's how you actually survive. So it's gonna hold on to the fat. What's gonna happen is in your calorie deficit, it's gonna rip off all the muscle, right? So that's what actually happens. People go through these crazy aggressive calorie deficits, these huge fat diets, these like juice cleanse or whatever it is, and they lose weight. But the weight that they're losing is muscle mass. Guys, muscle mass is so important. It's the thing that's going to help you live a long period of time. It's the thing that's going to help you fight cancer. It's the thing that's going to keep you metabolically healthy. If you're 30, 40, maybe even 45 right now, this is the thing that's going to prevent you from being 50 years old, having no muscle mass, and your metabolic rate is down here and you have a big gut. This is the thing that you really, really need to keep high. So you want to make sure you don't lose muscle in general. Number 2 is you under recover and you over stress. Most of my clients are high achievers, but that drive is like double edged. You train super hard, you try these burpees and stuff like that, you try these F45 classes, which are super high CNS stimulating. Like your nervous system is literally operating right here at work, and then you go and train, and you're training like right up here again. Your nervous system's like here, and then your cortisol is super high, and your sleep is crap. So what's gonna happen is you get this huge combination of muscle breakdown and belly fat accumulation. You can literally go to work and train and be in the calorie deficit, but if your stress level is like literally up here, there's no way you're gonna be able to recover, and you're gonna store all that fat viscerally. So I'm going to show you in a minute how literally one of my clients was able to fix it with a simple system. You're following very generic advice made for someone else. And what worked at maybe 20 years old, even like 30 years old, will definitely not work at 40 years old or 50 years old. What works for your other homies who are eating 4,000 calories doesn't work for your genetics. And you need a strategy designed specifically for high-performing Asian men, period. So here's part 3 of the system that actually works. Here's what we would want to do instead. Number 1 is we need to build muscle first. Like that's the number 1 thing that we're going to do. Number 2, it's not going to be about fat loss first. We need to build the muscle tissue. Lean tissue will increase your metabolic rate and increase in your insulin sensitivity. Number 2 as well, it's going to train your nervous system with regulation in mind. That means we need to track something called HRV. HRV is how you prioritize sleep. You're going to use breath work, and it's not like soft science. It's like your ability to recover. At the UFC, one of the biggest things that we really prioritize was recovery. Why? Because everyone's training at a really high level. Someone who's like fighting for championship versus someone who is just getting into UFC. The skill level is different, but they're equally training super hard. They're both, like, I would even say that even when they get into the UFC, they're training extra hard. Okay? So what's the main difference? HRV, recovery. How can you optimize things? So that means we really need to customize things based off of data. We use DEXA scans, and the reason why we use that is so that we can understand where you're currently at in your starting position. We implement a protocol, then we look at the end. Week 3, week 4. We need to see what the difference is. So that means if you lost 0 pounds, but bro, you lost like 10 pounds of fat, and you gained 10 pounds of muscle. Like for us, that is a home run. Like that is really freaking incredible. That's insane. Like we would not want to change anything, or we want to figure out why that actually worked so that we can double down on that for the next phase. There is really no guesswork. This is completely engineered with math and data. And that's exactly what one of our clients, Tony, did. He came with me with literally back pain, right? Inconsistent workouts, went to physio all the time. And he's like, dude, I just let myself go. But I want to feel like a fucking leader again. 3 months later, dude, this guy's walking around 11% body fat. His clothes fit so much better. His energy is through the roof. And more importantly, his presence commands a room, just like how he wanted. I want you to picture this. Imagine you walk into a business meeting, boardroom, or a date, or your kid's recital, and people feel something different. And it's not because you're flashy, you don't got like the craziest watch, but because your presence says, I'm dialed, I'm disciplined, I'm built differently. That is the outcome. It's not just abs, it's presence, it's respect, it's the physical embodiment of a high performance Asian man who leads by example. And if you're tired of feeling like you're doing all the right things and still looking average, if you're sick of watching your energy, your confidence, and identity slowly fade, then stop following a broken system. There is nothing wrong with you. There's just something wrong with the method. The definition of insanity is literally doing the exact same thing, but expecting a different outcome. You're a high performer. It's time for your body to truly reflect that, for you to look in the mirror and be like, damn, bro, like that's exactly what I visualize internally. That's who I actually am. And if you guys want to know exactly how we do it, I'm just going to link the video below so that you can follow the process. Talk to you soon. Peace.